Hey everyone, ready to explore. Today we're going on a deep dive into South Africa, but not the usual tourist stuff.
No, not the typical stuff.
We're going deeper.
Definitely.
A listener sent in this YouTube video. It's called Wonders of South Africa
Okay.
from the Trip Insight channel.
Yeah.
And it's got some amazing footage.
Yeah, the visuals are fantastic.
Really stunning. And I thought this would be a great jumping off point, whether you're planning a trip or just, armchair traveling from home.
For tour traveling, yeah.
But we're going to add all the context, historical background, all that good stuff to really bring it to life.
I'm excited to dig in.
So right off the bat, the video hits us with this fact. They found 160,000-year-old human remains in South Africa,
Oh, wow.
possibly the oldest ever discovered.
That is pretty mind-blowing, and it really gives credence to that whole out of Africa theory.
Right, the humans originated there.
Yeah, exactly. It really connects us back to that continent, and it's a reminder that South Africa holds, essential clues to our beginnings, to the story of humanity.
Like deep, ancient roots.
Yeah.
And from there, the video fast forwards to what they call South Africa's crown jewel,
Okay.
Cape Town. And it's just, wow. I mean, Table Mountain, the beaches.
Beaches are beautiful.
It just looks so vibrant, so lively.
Yeah, it's a very global city, but also you really feel the layers of history there.
Mm-hmm.
The video touches on its complicated past, and it's important to remember how things like colonization and the racial divisions, especially during apartheid, have shaped the city we see today.
It's true. That's what makes travel so fascinating. Right? You're not seeing the scenery. You're seeing all these layers of history and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, especially with the mention of apartheid, I can't help but wonder how those tensions, how that history might still be felt in Cape Town today.
Yeah, absolutely. South Africa has, taken steps towards reconciliation, but that legacy of apartheid, it's still a reality for a lot of people.
Right.
And I think for visitors, understanding that context adds a whole other dimension to exploring the city.
Yeah, like you're more aware of the different perspectives and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of unique experiences, the video takes us to Bokop. That neighborhood with all the brightly colored houses, super Instagrammable.
Oh, yeah, Bokop. It's visually stunning, for sure. But it's not just a backdrop. This is the heart of the Cape Malay community.
Okay.
People brought to South Africa from Southeast Asia during colonial times. Their culture is amazing, especially the food. It's this fusion of Indonesian, Malaysian, even Dutch influences. And you can see that in everything, from the architecture to, the food.
See, this is what I love. You're adding that extra layer that I wouldn't get just from watching the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now I can really taste it. I can smell the spices.
The spices, exactly.
Okay, speaking of vibrant colors, the video features Kristen Bosch National Botanical Garden next, with thousands of plant species.
Thousands, and so many you won't find anywhere else.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like this living, breathing tapestry of biodiversity. They show the centenary tree canopy walkway in the video. Imagine walking above the forest floor, eye level with the birds, and then Table Mountains just right there in the distance.
Okay, that just went on the bucket list.
It's pretty magical.
Sounds incredible. Then we move on to, well, the wildlife, of course, starting with Kruger National Park.
Oh, yeah, Kruger.
The video says you can do organized tours or self-drive adventures there.
You can. It's amazing. Kruger is iconic for a reason. I mean, it's one of the best places in the world to see the big five: lions, elephants, rhinos, leopards, and Cape buffalo. And you have options. So if you want the expertise and the ease, the organized tours are great. But if you're feeling adventurous and want to go at your own pace, self-drive is pretty amazing.
I think I'd go with the tour, personally. Just for that sense of security, having a guide who really knows the park.
Sure, yeah. There are definitely pros and cons to both.
Mm-hmm.
It really comes down to your comfort level, but either way, Kruger is a must-see.
Absolutely. And for even more dramatic scenery, the video goes to the Drakensberg mountain range, which they call the Mountains of the Dragon.
Oh, wow.
Pretty epic name, right?
Yeah, it is pretty epic.
And it looks epic.
And they're majestic, truly majestic. The video mentions the contrast between the northern and southern parts. So the north is known for gentler slopes, so it's great for hiking, and you have these incredible views of formations like the amphitheater, which is this massive cliff face that looks like a giant stage.
Oh, wow.
And then the south is more rugged, more challenging, so if you want a real adventure,
Yeah, if you're up for it.
that's the spot. And, oh, did you hear about the waterfall?
Wait, is this where the second highest waterfall in the world is?
It is. Tugela Falls, over 900 meters high. breathtaking.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine the sound.
It's powerful.
Okay, next up, the video takes us on this virtual road trip along something called the Garden Road.
Ah, the garden route.
And it's like farming towns, forests, lagoons, beaches, all with the Indian Ocean as the backdrop.
Oh, it's a classic South African experience. Sensory overload in the best way.
I can imagine.
The video recommends at least 5 days to really experience it fully.
Okay.
I know not everyone has that luxury, but if you're pressed for time, I'd say prioritize Plettenberg Bay for the beaches and Birds of Eden, which is this amazing free-flight aviary.
Oh, so you could walk amongst the birds.
Yeah, hundreds of species.
Wow, that's a tough choice. Beaches or birds. Maybe I need to extend my trip.
Maybe.
And from the coast, the video takes us inland to the Galagadi Transfrontier Park,
Okay.
straddling South Africa and Botswana. It's red dunes, salt pans, completely different landscape.
Oh, it's a place of extremes, both in its landscape and its history. So you have this desert environment, but it's teeming with life. And what's amazing is the Galagadi tribes, the indigenous people of that region, they've thrived in that challenging environment for centuries. And their traditions and knowledge, it's all connected to the land.
It's amazing how people have adapted to such harsh conditions.
It is.
Shows the resilience of, like, the human spirit.
Yeah, exactly. And the wildlife sightings there are incredible.
Oh, yeah. The video mentioned that. What kind of animals are we talking about?
Picture this. Vast herds of wildebeest and springbok against those red dunes with lions and cheetahs, stalking their prey.
Oh, wow.
Raw beauty.
Those sounds intense.
Uh-huh.
Then the video does something I didn't expect. It talks about Durban,
Durban, yeah.
known for its beaches, but apparently it has a pleasant winter.
That's the thing that's South Africa, right? It defies expectations.
So you're saying Durban in the winter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great year-round destination. The temperatures are mild. You can still enjoy the outdoors. And the Indian Ocean is still warm enough for swimming, snorkeling, even surfing.
Less crowds, better prices. I like it.
It's a hidden gem.
I'm sold. Okay, what's next?
Well, for those who love wildlife encounters, the video takes us to Hermanus, the whale-watching capital of South Africa.
I've always been fascinated by whales. What's special about Hermanus?
Well, from June to November, southern right whales migrate to the waters off Hermanus. They breed and calve there. And the amazing thing is, you can see them right from the shore.
Really? No boat needed?
Often, no. They have this scenic cliff path with telescopes set up. You can even see them breaching, maybe spy hopping, right from your hotel balcony.
Oh my gosh.
And if you want to get closer, there are boat tours, too, that'll take you right out there. They even have a Hermanus Whale Festival in September. It's a whole celebration.
Wow, that sounds incredible. This is all so amazing, but it feels like we're just getting started.
We are just getting started, but maybe it's time for a little break. We'll pick up our journey through South Africa's wonders in just a bit.
Okay, I'm ready for more South African adventures. What other wonders are we going to uncover?
Well, the video takes us to Soweto Elephant National Park. It's got a pretty amazing story.
Oh, yeah.
It started as a sanctuary for just 11 elephants back in the early 1900s.
Wow, only 11.
Yeah, just 11. And look at it now. It's one of the largest national parks in South Africa.
That's incredible. A real conservation success story.
Absolutely. And the video points out that you can actually see the Big Seven there.
Big Seven? Wait, I thought it was the Big Five.
So you have your classic Big Five: lions, elephants, rhinos, leopards, and Cape buffalo. But at Addo, they add great white sharks and southern right whales.
Whoa, hold on. Sharks and whales in the same park.
That's the beauty of Addo. It's got these 5 distinct sections, each with its own unique ecosystem. So you can have your savanna experience with the elephants and lions, and then head over to the marine section around Algoa Bay
I see.
and see those sharks and whales.
That's amazing. So much diversity in one place.
Exactly. And speaking of breathtaking views, the video then takes us to Blyde River Canyon.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the largest canyons in the world, right?
It is, and incredibly deep, too. Imagine these towering red rock cliffs, lush green forests, and the Blyde River winding through it all.
It's like a combination of the Grand Canyon and a rainforest.
You got it. And if you go, the video suggests driving along Route 532 for the best views. There are amazing lookout points along the way.
Okay, adding that to my road trip list.
Definitely. And you can even see waterfalls cascading down those cliffs. Pretty spectacular. From those majestic canyons, the video takes us to Kruger, which sits right on a lagoon.
A lagoon? That sounds peaceful.
Oh, it is very tranquil. Kruger is nestled between these dramatic sandstone cliffs called the Nizhna Heads.
Using the heads, I like the sound of that.
They separate the lagoon from the open ocean, so you have this calm, protected area with colorful boats in the marina, charming shops and restaurants along the waterfront. But then, just beyond those heads, you have the wild energy of the Indian Ocean.
It's like two worlds in one.
Exactly, a perfect blend of tranquility and adventure, just like South Africa itself.
I like that.
And speaking of adventure, the video takes us to Mossel Bay next. They call it the adventure capital of the garden route.
Oh, that sounds right up my alley. What kind of adventures are we talking about?
Think ziplining through forests, page diving with great white sharks, that kind of stuff.
Cage diving with sharks. I might have to sit that one out.
You and me both. But hey, if you're into that kind of thrill, Mossel Bay is the place to be.
Yeah, I'll stick to the zip lining, maybe some hiking. What about the town itself? Anything interesting there?
Well, the video mentions that Mossel Bay has a lot of history, too. It was one of the first European settlements in South Africa, so there's that historical element as well.
Cool. So history, adventure, and coastal scenery all in one place. Sounds like a great stop.
It is a good mix. And then, if you're looking for something a bit more laid back, the video features Plettenberg Bay, or Plet as the locals call it.
Plet. Has a nice ring to it.
It does, very relaxed. It's known for its stunning beaches, Lookout Beach, Rammerberg Beach, all with amazing views and perfect for swimming, surfing, just soaking up the sun.
That's what I'm talking about, some relaxation time. Any must-dos in Plet.
The video suggests spending at least 2 nights there to really take it all in. Explore those beaches, maybe do some hiking in the Rawberg Nature Reserve, really soak up the atmosphere.
Okay, I'm sold. 2 nights in Plet it is. Now, from that chilled-out vibe, the video jumps to Johannesburg.
Quite a contrast, right?
Yeah, I've heard it described as exciting, but also kind of chaotic.
That's a pretty accurate description. Johannesburg's the largest city in South Africa, very fast-paced, and it can feel a bit overwhelming after those relaxed coastal towns.
I can imagine.
But the video encourages embracing that energy, you know?
Yeah.
Explore the different neighborhoods, each with its own unique character. You have Soweto, very historic, played a major role in the fight against apartheid.
Like that.
And then you have trendy areas like Meyboning with art galleries, restaurants, nightlife.
So many different sides to it.
A city of contrasts, reflecting the complexity of South Africa as a whole. And to understand that history even better, the video takes us to a landmark just outside Johannesburg, the Union Buildings in Pretoria.
Oh, I've seen pictures of those. Very impressive architecture.
They are a masterpiece of Edwardian architecture with some Cape Dutch influences. But even more than that, they're the seat of the South African government.
So the heart of the country's political power.
Exactly. And the video highlights Nelson Mandela's inauguration there in 1994, such a pivotal moment, the end of apartheid, a new era for South Africa.
Wow, to think about those buildings as a backdrop to that historical event gives me chills.
They represent both the country's past and its hopeful future. And then, for something completely different, the video takes us back to the coast, the Cape Peninsula.
More coastal beauty I'm in. What's special about the Cape Peninsula?
Well, it's incredibly diverse. You have dramatic cliffs plunging into the ocean, pristine beaches, lush forests, those amazing turquoise waters.
I bet the photos are incredible.
Oh, definitely. And the wildlife is amazing, too. You have penguins, sharks, whales, dolphins, all calling this area home.
Wait, penguins? In South Africa?
Yes, African penguins. You can see them up close at Boulders Beach. They have a whole colony there.
I'd love to see that, penguins on the beach. The video also mentions something about freediving in the Cape Peninsula.
Yes, it's known for its amazing opportunities for freediving. Exploring kelp forests, swimming with seals, you can even encounter sharks if you're brave enough.
I think I'll stick to the penguins. But I can see the appeal of freediving, being immersed in that underwater world.
It's a whole other level of experiencing the ocean. And as our journey continues, the video takes us to a place with a lot of allure for explorers, the Cape of Good Hope.
Ah, the legendary Cape of Good Hope, the southernmost tip of Africa, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet.
That's the one, and the video captures that sense of adventure perfectly. It suggests you can experience it through an organized tour to get all the historical context and highlights, or explore independently for a more personal experience.
I like that they offer both options, caters to different travel styles.
Definitely. But beyond those iconic landmarks, the video reminds us about the charm of smaller destinations like Hout Bay.
Hout Bay, haven't heard of that one.
It's called the Republic of Hout Bay. Gives you a sense of its independent spirit. You have a lively harbor with colorful fishing boats, a picturesque beach, a bustling market, and then these towering mountains as a backdrop.
Wow, so it's like a little microcosm of South Africa all in one village.
Pretty much a little bit of everything. And finally, for those who appreciate a good glass of wine, the video ends with Stellenbosch, the heart of South Africa's wine country.
Oh, yes, Stellenbosch. Rolling vineyards, beautiful wineries. I've heard great things.
It's a truly beautiful town, nestled among the Boland Mountains, beautifully preserved Cape Dutch architecture. The town itself dates back to 1679, so there's that history as well.
Wow, so much history. What should I do if I visit Stellenbosch?
Wine tasting is a must, of course, but Stellenbosch is also about enjoying the finer things, you know?
Well,
Gourmet dining, art galleries, craft markets, just soak up that lively atmosphere.
I can picture it now, a glass of wine in hand, strolling through those charming streets. It's all going on the itinerary.
And with that, we've come to the end of the video, a whirlwind tour of South Africa's highlights.
It feels like we just scratched the surface.
We did, but it's a great starting point. From those ancient human origins to the vibrant cities and diverse landscapes, this video has really showcased what South Africa has to offer.
Definitely inspiring me to learn more and maybe even plan a trip someday.
Well, that's the goal, isn't it? To inspire and ignite that wanderlust. And beyond the places in this video, there are so many other hidden gems in South Africa just waiting to be discovered.
It sounds like a country with endless possibilities for exploration.
It is. Every region has its own charm, its own stories, its own way of captivating you.
So to our listeners, as you continue to explore South Africa, whether it's through videos, books, or even a real-life trip,
Hopefully a real-life trip.
remember to embrace those unexpected moments, engage with the local culture, and really savor every experience.
And who knows, maybe you'll uncover your own hidden gems along the way.
I love that. Well, that wraps up another deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time, happy travels.
Okay, back for the final stretch of our South African adventure. What other wonders are in store for us?
Well, the video takes us back to a place we talked about earlier, the Knysna Heads.
Oh, right. Those dramatic cliffs by the lagoon.
Yeah, remember how we talked about that contrast? The calm lagoon and the wild ocean right there?
Yeah, it was a striking image.
It is, and the video highlights two ways to really experience that contrast. First, there's the lookout at East Head.
Okay.
You can stand on the observation deck and it's like panoramic views everywhere. The lagoon, the town, those forested hills.
Sounds beautiful, peaceful.
It is very tranquil. But then for a completely different perspective, they suggest taking a ferry across the lagoon to the Featherbed Nature Reserve on West Head.
Oh, so you're getting out on the water, seeing those cliffs from a new angle?
Exactly. And from the reserve, you can actually hike to the top of West Head
Wow.
for even more amazing views. And this time, you're looking out at the Indian Ocean, those cliffs rising up beside you.
It must feel incredible, like standing at the edge of the continent.
It does. It's powerful. Speaking of different atmospheres, the video then goes inland to Pretoria.
Pretoria, that's South Africa's capital, right?
It is the administrative capital. And it has a very different feel from Johannesburg.
How so?
Well, Johannesburg has all that energy. It's bustling, almost frenetic. Pretoria is more, well, stately, laid back.
So more of a government town.
Yeah, exactly. Think tree-lined avenues, historical buildings, a sense of order. The video calls it a city of diplomats and civil servants.
It sounds intriguing. What should I see there?
Well, apart from the Union buildings, there are these beautiful botanical gardens, the Voortrekker Monument, which tells the story of the Afrikaner people, and they have nature reserves right in the city.
Wow.
Pretoria is also super green, known for its thousands of jacaranda trees. They bloom in the spring, and it's this vibrant purple.
Okay, a city full of history, nature, and purple trees. I like it.
Yep.
I'm sensing a theme here. This video loves highlighting contrasts.
It does, right, like showing all the different sides of South Africa. And to finish off that theme, the video ends in a place that's special to me, Mapungubwe National Park.
Mapungubwe, I'm not familiar with that one.
It's kind of a hidden gem, which is part of its beauty. It's way up north, right where the borders of South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe meet.
Just a real crossroads.
Exactly, and that's reflected in its history, too. Mapungubwe was once the capital of a powerful African kingdom back in like 900 to 1300 AD.
Wow, that's ancient.
They were sophisticated gold traders, and the park is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of all the archaeological treasures there.
So you're experiencing nature and history all in one.
You are.
Yeah.
And the landscape is incredible. Rugged sandstone cliffs, baobab trees, the Limpopo River flowing through it all. You can just feel those ancient rhythms of Africa there.
And what about the animals? Any cool wildlife?
Oh, tons. Elephants, leopards, big cats, true wilderness.
It sounds like a perfect place to end our South African journey. From those ancient human origins to this park where history and nature are so intertwined.
It's been quite a trip, hasn't it? Cities, coastlines, national parks, those charming villages. South Africa really has it all.
This video did an amazing job of showing us all those different facets. It's making me want to learn more, maybe even plan a trip someday.
Well, that's what we hope for. To inspire, to spark that wanderlust. And beyond these places, there are countless others just waiting to be discovered in South Africa.
Endless possibilities.
Exactly. Every region has its own magic, its own stories.
So to our listeners, as you keep exploring, whether through videos like this, books, or even a real trip to South Africa,
Hopefully a real trip.
embrace the unexpected, talk to the locals, experience the culture, and just really enjoy the journey.
You might even uncover your own hidden gems along the way.
I love that. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into South Africa. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Happy travels!